Love Talk Radio.
The moment has arrived.
Love my people. The world is
Yo, now let's collide. Look, we got pose for the cameras. Tune in. Coming out for the even more fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. You are now listening to the Mother Love Show. You are now listening to the Mother Love Show. You are now listening to the Mother Love Show. Love Show, Love Show, Love Show, Love Show.
And it's Mr. Cool TLC in the building with you. Hey, these Siren babies, how my babies doing? It's been a wacky, wild, crazy week in the world of politics and all the stuff that's going on around us. Mr. Cool TLC, how you doing? How you coming? Glad you're in the building with me. You ain't said that right. You said light-skinned. Now, you know what we call it. Light-skinned. Light-skinned. I don't know why we just get a word and just run with it. And just run with it. We were in here the other day, and one of our dear friends, we were just laughing and joking, and he got a quick mind too. And he said, we were talking about some tidbits, and he went, "Oh, that's tidbitting." So now you know we got to use tidbitting for something because it just sounds like a titty thing. I'm just saying, and we just, and so he could say stuff just off the rip, and it's still funny. He told me one day we were looking at some pictures, and he said, I was in a picture with this little short lady and one of our less melanin friends, and he said, she looks like she smelled like a, I can't even get it out today. Okay, wait a minute, I can do it. He said, she looks like she smelled like pickles. You have to break it up. It's so funny. How does somebody look that they smell like pickles? A blasted classic. That is just too funny. Oh my goodness. And I've been, clapping my hands and, just a little bit of sharing fraud. I shouldn't be happy in someone else's misery. But he put everybody in his district through his misery. They kicked George Santos, the Republican from New York. They kicked him out the House of Representatives. Dumb. Okay, with this guy, and this is the part that is so freaking hypocritical to me. Okay, now, they already caught him in 17,000 lies. And when you lie about your mama dying on 9/11 as a result of the towers coming down, and your mama was alive and well when the towers came down in 2001, and you say, well, my mother she died in the 9/11 disaster, and my grandparents, they were Jewish survivors from the Holocaust. Because remember, he said he was Jewish. And then he found out he was Catholic. And then he changed it. He said, well, I'm Jew, Jew-ish, I-S-H. Okay, really? Okay, really? You done lied about your college life. He said he was on an award-winning rowing team or soccer or something he was doing that he never did. Never. Stealing money from his constituents. I mean, you stealing money from your constituents. You went from having $11 in the bank to you saying you got $11 million in there? Now, I'm brokish. Yes. I mean, and see, that's what happened when you start lying. When you start lying and people are listening to you, and most liars forget the first lie they told, so now they're on their 15th lie, and they're trying to keep the lie straight from lie number 3 down to lie 13, and they don't get it. And, well, we don't see. Okay, now see. Now see. And there and that part. So can we believe anything this guy said? I mean, nothing. I didn't spend money. I saw what I took. Then he got defiant. Well, no, yeah, make up your mind. See, now they're all over him for the crazy stuff he's done in the 11 months that he has been in the House of Representatives. But they don't rain down on that crazy guy that was the 45th president who keeps saying, and when I get back in office, I'm going to get all of them. That's all. That's your voting platform. You're going to get revenge on the people who dished you, who you didn't like or didn't follow in your lead, and they start turning their back on you. Or so you're going to come after all them people. Is that me? Look, it was already what? 18 co-conspirators, and that's why they had 18 other co-conspirators, and these were obviously. I guess these were the people that he kept saying that was going to be the winning formation of the people, because he's going to surround himself with very smart people. And look, an 8-year-old is smarter than him. They could have been running the country better than him. And all you think about is what's in it for you. And you got people that are still sending you money. And when do they wake up and realize this cat been gaslighting y'all for like ever? But these people, I'm just wondering what is going on in their heads. And when another thing I noticed about the 45th, when he's doing his rallies, he doesn't call it a campaign. He has rallies, and the camera's getting closer and closer to him because. And my thinking is, you could pan out wide and you could see a big number, see a better group of the people that are in there, and his group is like. Maybe he on the podium and his group going like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 rows up. 4 rows up. Oh, it pretend like it doesn't happen. Pretend that women and it'd be the same people that I've seen in several of the people in the background. Even when he was, he was out there saying, "Look, I got a blacks love me. Blacks love. See, I got a black right there. Look, I got another black right there. Really?" And you got what's so frightening is that so many people are following this guy. And I've never been to his website. Just the visceral that's on there will make me not want to do it. And, you're a pretty good IT guy, and your mind moves pretty fast. When we talking about different things, and with all of the craziness that's going on, even after Elon Musk just bought he bought Twitter for a gajillion dollars, and then because he has such a racist attitude about Jewish people, about Muslim people, about another one. I just hate everybody. I don't like nobody, and I don't care if they don't like. So the advertisers start jumping ship on him, right? Then he gets up in a forum and say, what he said. It wasn't splob you, but you know what he said, and say, I don't need the advertisers. Screw them all. I don't need them. I'm like, really? He must really think him and the 45th, they're on the same wavelength. And a lot of these very wealthy people, especially men, they get wealthy and they're like, I can do whatever I want because I got stupid money. I got $44 billion I can spend on a social media platform and have it for myself. And so they start jumping ship on him. And then he goes have that kind of attitude. Who does he really think is going to continue to support this? And then they were spreading this rumor that Disney Plus lost 23 million subscribers overnight. Really? Really? And they just make up stories as they go. And it's like this cat, George Santos, all of them to me, they're making each other and themselves look stupider and stupider every day. And you could tell they have no soul. I mean, you look at these cats and they just have a blank look in their eyes. I mean, I was suspect about George Santos when he said he was on some kind of sporting team and looked like he ain't did nothing but sported his butt from the table to the bathroom. That was his sport. last week. I can make I can make you believe my lies, and I mean. I mean, it's all coming out, and everything that he says about other people, he has no problem doing it himself. And I think that's the reason why he want to, rally on against people is because, well, I know what they're doing. I know how that goes. I could rock this. I could tell these people a lie all day long, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna listen to me. I remember when he first got into the race, he said, I could shoot somebody on Park Avenue, and you all are not gonna do anything to me about it. And that's why I wish these judges like the judge the other day bought the gag order back on him. And so you couldn't be out there campaigning and talk about this case, period. And what did he do? Walk right out the door and start doing it. If that had been me and you, where would have been with a gag order? Oh, really? And they say that the scales of justice are balanced. No, they're not. No, they're not. She, and everything else. And people keep making excuses for this guy. I mean, ain't nowhere in the world you got 91 different charges against you. You got a $250 million, at minimum, a $250 million fine that you might have to pay to the state of New York. When you say, how stupid was this? He goes, well, you all have devalued my property. My property is worth way more than that. When he said Mar-a-Lago was worth $3 billion. In his mouth. Oh, he's like, hang in there. Ain't nobody here but you. Okay, I know that you've heard the phrase that they got a T-shirt. I think I got one too that says, "I only listen to the people in my head." So maybe he's only listening to the, and they need to shut up. They need to shut up. My heart will go on. Yeah, right. This is the same fool that they told him doing a solar, doing I think it was an eclipse of the sun, and they tell any thinking person, don't look directly at the sun. What does he do? He go out there, not only looks at the sun directly, but I think he just leaned over just a little too far and let the sun bake what was left in his brain, because it's like he using blocks with sense, and it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, and he was let us recollect that he did say, "I am the only one that can fix this chaos." Oh, you think you can fix it when you cause a lot of the chaos? And because it's wonder, I mean, it would just be. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is good fodder, and he gives us great material where we don't even have to use our brain cells. We just he does it, and we react to what he's doing because it's just so ridiculous. And if they can put George Santos out, tell me why they cannot keep this guy off the ballot ever, ever. And it's in the Constitution. Then he said the Constitution wasn't no good because it doesn't. Wait a minute. I kind of beg to differ because when you think about it, the 14th Amendment says that any person holding office in this country who is part of a seditionist act or an act of what's the other one? He wasn't supposed to be able to do it because they say they didn't want to have one person to have that kind of power, and if one person had that kind of power, there had to be an out for somebody acting like that. So I'm thinking maybe the forefathers did see this coming, and in hindsight of recollection, for the fact that they put it in the Constitution and said you get to act a fool, you don't get to run for office. No, it doesn't say but it says anybody who's holding office.